a crew of critters just like you and me. We've all got scars, but we found our place. A little love and mud, and a whole lot of grace. We show the good, the bad, and the ugly too. The highs, the lows, it's all part of the view. So laugh, love, and maybe cry sometimes with a gang of misfits who always shine. So come on in, kick off your shoes. Oh, God! It's more than a ranch, it's a family crew. And these rescues, they might just rescue you. Welcome to I'm a Survivor. You'll see what second chances are meant to be. We're all survivors of something, it's true. And there's room in this family for all of you. We're all survivors of something, you see. So pull up a seat with our rescue family.
And hi to hello, everybody. Hi to hello. We don't have a light.
Oh, no.
I'm shining. My cheeks are shining. I'm just out of the tub. I soaked for an hour because I had a stressful day. So what you see is just heat just radiating off of me from hot water. Jamie's coming, y'all. Don't worry. She's going to grab us something to drink, and she's on her way over. I'm not blushing. Oh, no. Who's saying it's blurry? Who's saying it's blurry? Y'all might want to check your vision. If I only see one person say it, then I think that person should check their vision. We're about to put a light on to me. Woo! There we go.
You want something to drink?
Please. Jamie's getting we got a light going.
Which one you want?
So these are my two choices.
That's what you got. That's what we're working with.
Well, okay, Jamie, hold on. Everyone's saying it's blurry. And then they're saying it's not blurry. It's blurry, it's not blurry. It's blurry, it's not blurry. Golly gee.
All right. Well, I'm going to take a guess and say there's an Xbox.
No, all the boys' Xboxes are at the other property. Okay, so we're going to make this real simple. We'll make this real simple. We'll just make this real simple.
Hold on. I'm doing all the things.
We're going to just walk by and make sure there's nothing on. But what I imagine is happening is there's somebody with bad internet. Maybe you have a storm going through, a rain shower, or you don't have your glasses on. And to you, it looks blurry because, hold on, babe, stop. Because 100 people are saying it's fine and only a couple are saying it's blurry. So guys, it may be on the device that you're working with. Let's not panic. That's what we have to learn to stop doing is panic. Did y'all see the panic in my voice when I was handed this cup?
I just thought maybe you were faking that because you wanted to find another cup. Actually, you're like, fake. Who says it's blurry? It's blurry. So you chose the bows, and I get the shells.
I never even looked at the picture on there. All I saw was the little bottom part. So we're going to go ahead and just go with the fact that it's fine.
So
or like the movie, this is as good as it gets, y'all. This is as good as it gets. So if we're blurry, then we're just going to be blurry. But
my soda almost fit perfectly. Like almost didn't have to stop.
You got a 12 ounce. I got a 16 ounce. Mine is probably
because that's my straw.
Oh, so the straw matches the bottom of the cup.
Somebody sent these, and they're beautiful, and they have like silicone bottoms, so that way they don't slide. But they are glass.
Thank you, kind sender. These are beautiful. Not really my color, but you know what? We're going to make it work. So, Jamie.
Oh, my gosh, Fiona.
Yeah, it's one thing after another. Yeah, we're going to have to go with the majority here. We're going to have to go with majority, and majority says everything is fine, not blurry at all. So, these are some cool cups. Why is that straw so big, Jamie? I have not opened my mouth that big ever. Never. I don't open my mouth
Maybe
that big.
It's so you get extra hydration. So you can, maybe it's meant for water and not
I'm
diet
almost
soda.
embarrassed to put this in my mouth, to be honest. Don't make it obvious. Don't like stare at me when I do
I
it.
want to watch.
Huh?
I want to watch.
I'm at the two handles and over here. There. Golly gee. Sorry, everybody. That threw me for a loop. Listen, it's been a rough day, but it's also been a really exciting weekend. How is that possible? A rough day, but an exciting weekend.
No.
What are you digging out of that straw of yours?
I don't know.
Well, let everybody watch. If you're going to do that.
So
Now you got me nervous. Something going to come out of there and bite me?
no, sometimes silicone has a little bit of a stringy thing to it, and I saw it in there and I thought it was one of my hairs. Why are you flicking it like that?
I don't know. You got me nervous. I don't want something stringy in my mouth.
Why are you massaging your straw?
I don't know. Stop it. You're making things really weird right here.
I'm making them weird.
I was just saying that we've had a crazy fun weekend, but my day was crazy busy and scary. But we'll get to that later. Let's talk about our weekend and the big news. First of all, I have to say that, guys, that van, that motorhome's name is not going to be Miss Jenny. That was just something I thought was funny. Geneva, Miss Jenny. Even though a lot of people like that. But no, Jamie has other ideas for that, naming that van, and she wants you all to be a part of it. Talk about that. I call it a van. It's a motorhome.
You can call it a van. That's fine. I want to name it something that's like connected or tied to me, and y'all have given me a ton of ideas. I kind of want to. There's a lot of creators that will put their YouTube and stuff like on magnets or on vinyl on the side of it. And I kind of want to do that. And I've never been the person to do that. Like Lester has magnets on his truck and things like that.
Jenny Pearl, Pearl Drop, Big Pearl, Miss Pearl, Pearl Machine, Mini Pearl, Win Dixie. Oh, that's cute. Miss Pearl, the G-Spot.
Tara just took that to a whole new level.
The Bootmobile, the Bootlegger, House of Pearls. You guys are so
y'all
good.
have like really creative ideas, and I've been reading a lot of them. So I think I've narrowed it down to a few, and I thought maybe we could take a vote. And because y'all are my Pearl friends, and I just think it would be
the Rolling Pearls,
the Pearl Jam.
Pearl Jam. These are some great names, guys.
I love it.
Now, remember, I have to also, on occasion, drive this thing, okay? So let's not go too far with this. What if
it's pink?
What if for some reason I have to drive to get it serviced, and I like roll up in there like
String of pearls.
And it's
just a dangling from the there is no rear view mirror. Dang it. Couldn't hold it together.
I'm done with you. I am so done with you.
I couldn't hold it together.
A string of pearls. I'm just so done with you right now.
Why?
Luckily, a lot of the folks on here have no idea where you were going with
Timmy
that one.
Tough Pearls. That might be it.
Well, either way, it is what it is. You know what? I'm just happy that we got a chance to experience a little bit last night. We took it and had a really nice camp out, glamping as they call it. So Lester and Jamie went glamping. We went to the casino first and got some delicious gumbo.
It's about 25 minutes from home, 20 minutes from home.
Yeah.
Is that about how far it is?
Well, actually, so what we did was Jamie, I can't talk too much about this, but Jamie drove it from here to a different unknown destination that we cannot talk about tonight.
Because it's my video tomorrow.
Yes. So we don't like to give away videos because then nobody watches them. And so Jamie drove the RV to an unknown destination. And then from there, we drove out to the casino. Went a little bit of a back road, which was pretty interesting. And then after the casino, we drove to the Indian Reservation's RV park. And that was a lot of fun. Guys, it was amazing. So very easy. The onboard generator, so nice.
It was my favorite. It's my favorite thing about it is it's literally like pull up and that's it. Like it doesn't require any grand wah setup or anything like that. Like it's turned out so far to be really outstanding and has great ease of use. And we slept good in it. I don't want to ruin your video though.
I already played my video.
Of course you did.
I actually talked about me winning $16 last night. Guys, I never win. So let me tell you real fast how this works for us, and then we'll continue on with the Pearl Mobile or the Rolling Pearls or whatever you guys are going to call it. We both take $100 in, and we are disciplined enough not to go ATM machining. We're not going to be throwing our cards in the machine and whatnot. And Jamie will play the dollar slots. You never play more than $1, do you? Mm-hmm. Sometimes you might. But here's my problem. I'm just going to say it. I have this horrible thing. I have this philosophy that I'm either going to win or I'm not going to win. So I just play $5. Now that means you only get 20 rolls. You understand that, right?
Yeah. So
unless you win something.
You're playing a dollar machine with 5 lines is what you're doing.
Okay. I don't know how it works. I'm playing a dollar machine with 5 lines, which means it charges me $5 every spin.
Yeah. So I play the 20-cent machine and I play 5 lines, but if you've ever played slots, you can change the denomination.
There was this fella who we do not know who sat down between the two of us, and he was just getting so tickled watching me make a video. It's like I'm not live. I'm just making a video for you all. And he was like, and he was thinking it was the funniest thing to watch me make a video.
He was having the greatest entertainment because Lester was getting so excited. He was literally like, he was making a video, but I think that guy thought you were just talking to the machine.
Maybe he probably did think
Which
that.
is why I think he was laughing so hard because he keeps looking at me to look at Lester like, are you seeing this guy over here? Like, yeah. And then when you got excited about your $16 and got up and left, that guy was like, is he serious?
Well, here's the thing. No, so I make myself this promise that, I make the promise every time I go in there. But this was the first time. This was the first time I actually carried through with it, and I was real proud of myself. I always say if I can ever end up winning more than I put in, I'm going to get up and walk out. I'm going to get up and walk out. I'm done because I have never known too many people besides you on occasion who can go into a casino and walk out with more that you went in with. And so I put in my $100 and I start watching that thing chop away down to, I think I got it to down to the 30s. And then all of a sudden I hit pretty big and I jumped all the way up to 116. And at that point, I'm like, I'm out. I cashed it out. I cashed out. And so I went $16 in the green. That casino hates guys like me. They hate guys like me because they want you to spend all your money. And instead, I got to the man last night. I stuck it to the man. I can imagine those Native Americans sitting behind those. They probably have all these computers, monitors where they're watching every machine. And I think they were all watching me and, they were probably just like cursing me up one wall, down the other for leaving them in the red. I took 16 of their dollars. But no, I went ahead and went on over to cash out my $116 and then go eat over at the gumbo place. Took a while to get Jamie over there, which is why I suggested that maybe she has herself an addiction. But we'll talk about that later. We're not going to do that tonight. I stuck to the man. Yes, Grammy. I stuck to the man for $16.
Don't need an intervention. You're so dramatic. Have you ever been on a machine where you're like, you win, and you're on a streak of
never. That's my problem.
A little bit of a winning streak, and so you promised yourself that you won't go below X, which is still winning, and you don't want to give up your machine, like you just don't want to give up your machine. So, like for instance, I take the same $100 that Lester brings, and that's my thing. What?
Keep talking.
So, I
The man stuck it to me after all. The man stuck it to me after all.
Anyway, so
The man
going to
got me.
100, and I think I got down to 80, and then I was up over 150, and Lester's like, walk away. And
Yeah.
I'm like,
That's probably how I sounded.
I'm like, I'm entertained, and I won't go below 150. So if it's at 154 or whatever, again, I'm betting 20 cents a line. So I'm not betting Mr. $5 a spin here.
Which I should go ahead and say, guys, when I say she's addicted, listen to me. When you're only betting 20 cents or whatever it ends up being per spin, you're going to last a lot longer than a guy who goes $5 at a time. Think about that.
Not everybody is in it for speed, Lester.
I just want to hit big and get out.
I'm much more about the entertainment of I like can get a little bit lost in the button pushing and the bonuses. Okay, so here I was.
Sandy won $2,500. How can we can't win money
Dang.
like that?
Because I'm betting 20 cents a line.
Nah, that is true. You're never going to win big betting 20 cents a line.
But I like when the bonuses hit and you get to like touch the little things. Anyway, I was having a good time, and Lester's like, I'm gonna go get a table, and you're gonna get up and walk over there. And I'm like, yeah, I'll be there in just a minute, because I know it's gonna take a little bit of time, and I know that he can order my Diet Coke for me. So I get over there, and he's like, where have you been? Keep in mind, he hasn't even ordered or had the opportunity to order appetizers or anything else yet. It's that short. It's not that long. And he's joking with me, but he's like, I think you might need help. Like, if you can't walk away, I'm like, I was winning. Like, you know.
My Aunt Joanne, back when her mom was alive, Aunt Joanne's mom, that's Aunt Joanne with Uncle Raleigh. Uncle Raleigh would never go. Uncle Raleigh did other stuff. But Aunt Joanne and her mom would drive to the casino every chance they got. And it didn't matter which casino. Once you get to Louisiana, you don't have to go to those big casinos. Every convenience store has a casino, and they'll stop at every store along the way and just, no, they were the only people I ever knew that were like casino-aholics who seriously could not stay out of the casino.
There's a lot of people that have won really neat amounts and big amounts on tiny little bets.
Well, sometimes I'll take it back. We actually were sitting in the little restaurant having my gumbo one night, and we actually heard a guy win a Harley motorcycle.
Yeah. So
they had this Harley sitting there up in the front, and that night was the big giveaway, and you had to be present to win. I remember that.
It was like a year.
It's been a while back. And so this was a beautiful bike. I don't know how much a Harley costs, but I'm betting a lot. Beautiful bike. And so, man, they had so many people gathered around who all had been trying to place their bets or whatever to win that bike. And they actually called this guy's name, and he was there. And that was really, really neat to watch someone actually win that. Yeah. So we have seen cars parked in there. Someone said someone would have won a Corvette. We've seen cars parked in there, but we were not there the night they had the giveaway. But we were there the night they gave away that Harley Davidson. And that was really neat to see the excitement of everybody. But no, I've won $16, and so I'm good.
I think I walked away with
I
think I walked away with an extra, 62.
Well, that's the whole weird thing. Normally she tells me how much she won or loses. Last night she didn't talk to me. So I don't know for sure what's going on with her. I might have to have me a little peek in her purse later on the night when she goes to bed, if she didn't put it under her pillow like she normally does. So
you're so full of it.
People probably believe me.
I know, that's the thing. I'm like, you're so full of it. I'm ridiculous.
I'm messing with her, and I'm messing with all of her peeps.
I think I walked away with
her people
62 or 63 extra dollars, and I was happy as a lark and got fully entertained for several hours. After we ate, I went back and sat at the same dang machine because I was winning and no one else was sitting there. So I played, and I got to hit the bonus and spin. It had a spinny wheel. That's my favorite ones. If they could have a Wheel of Fortune or or anything like that, I like, for whatever reason, I'm sucked into the spinny wheel. Love it.
I will say that you know that you're doing good when you watch the guys come over with the clipboard and they make you sign some kind of tax information.
Yeah, we watched a lot of people have that.
Every once in a while, you'll hear some machine make a loud noise, and someone will yell or holler or shout or something. And you look over, and the machine will lock. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to bump you. The machine will lock at that point, and this little light comes on the top. And they have these attendants who walk over, and they have to do all their tax information, I guess. I don't know what they're really doing, but that means I'm guessing they've won enough. They have to actually file it with their taxes, right? Or whatever.
Yeah.
So I have no idea how that feels, but one of these days, y'all, maybe one of these days.
So the casino is actually a Indian reservation casino. It's the only casino in Texas, and it's outside of Livingston, like you're headed to Louisiana. It is not like the casinos that I know of in other places in the country, specifically those in St. Louis. They have no table games. It's only slots. They have no poker machines, nothing like that. It is only slots. They also don't serve alcohol. There are 4 casinos in Texas. Didn't know that. Okay. Well, it's the only one that's around here, I think. At least it used to be.
Can anyone let me know what's happening with some kind of black screen on the channels? ?
So, essentially, we found it before we ever bought Longhorn Lester's. We found it and decided to go there, and that's when we discovered the gumbo. And the gumbo, honestly, is the reason we go back. It is one of our dinner choices, and this sounds silly. Places in Livingston close at 8:00. And if you know us, you know that our farm tours are not done until 8:00, typically. So going out to dinner around here pretty much means fast food or the casino if it's going to happen for us.
They call that hand pay. Anything over $1,200, they have to pay you by hand.
Oh.
All right. So our moderators are saying that whatever's going on with this mysterious black screen, no one over here has experienced that. Christy Smith says everything looks good to her. Vanessa says she's not experienced that black screen. So once again, I don't know what to tell you.
I think it has to do with their whatever device that they're on.
I'm so sorry. I wish that we could all have no issues with internet and there was no weird black screens or no lagging or anything else. I just don't know what to tell you. I'm so sorry.
What we're saying is that we have no control over it.
Miss Billy says her screen and she having no black screens there. But hold on. Miss Keisha says hers was doing that. Oh, here we go. Miss Keisha says hers was doing that. She had to stop and start clearing stuff off her phone or her device. Guys, I don't know if you understand how it works, but your device is like a trapper keeper notebook. And you can open to a page like right now, but if you have all those other pages still open, it's making your computer or your device work too hard. So sometimes you have to close all of those other apps, all those other pages, and then only have one page open.
So a lot of people said it's happening on Apple devices.
Well, Miss Keisha has an Android.
Oh.
So anyway, so I don't know what to tell you guys, but we don't, I don't know what to tell you. I'm so sorry, but hopefully you can find somebody to help you clear out all of the things that may be open on your phone or your device. I just think that it might be a good idea to turn them off and then give it 10 minutes and turn them back on sometime. And maybe that will help out a little bit. So I don't know what to tell you, but what I will say is that everyone, or not everyone, but those few who are saying it, there's nothing we can do. So it's really just falling on deaf ears. We cannot help you more than what we've already said by just shutting it down, turning off some of the different apps you have running, and then maybe starting it back up fresh. You have anything else?
You know what my solution is to everything. So
restart?
Well, is to restart it. And if it doesn't fix it there, then it is to delete it and reinstall it. But I know that might be extreme for some people.
We don't. But like I said, we do feel for you. I hate that you're having issues for those who are having issues. But on our end, we have full service. We don't see ourselves as being blurry. And like I said, on our other computer, the one that has the bad monitor and the bad camera, we can see that we're blurry. So I think that what we're seeing in ourselves is what you're seeing in us, unless there's something over on your end.
Yeah.
So
sorry, somebody just told me where the 3 casinos are, and now I'm intrigued. One was Eagle Pass, one is Livingston, and El Paso.
But they all have to be Native American or Indian reservations, because otherwise gambling in Texas is illegal unless you belong to an ethnic group that has permission to do those things.
Teresa Davis says, you're blurry if I take my glasses off.
Same to me, Miss Teresa. When I take mine off, you're blurry as well.
I'd kind of prefer for y'all to see me in a blurry space instead of looking at my wrinkles. I'm down with blurry, like totally down with blurry. No, I didn't know there were others in Texas. I just knew about this one. And for a while it said this was, like, I thought signs said you're only one. Maybe it was in this part of Texas. Either way, it's a fun little like getaway that's very close to home. And it is in a log cabin, and they have a whole bunch of things about their tribe history in there as well, which is kind of museum-like in the middle of a casino. But their food is delicious, and they also just added crab cakes to their menu, which happens to be one of my most favorites. And they did change up a few other things on there. What did you just had gumbo last night?
I had 2 bowls of gumbo, nothing else.
And what else did you?
And I had 2 more bowls to go that I ate today. So 4 total bowls, not cups, 4 bowls of gumbo.
I swear, if he could order a pot of it and take it home and we could freeze it individually, that would make his little gumbo heart so happy. So happy. Although the first bite last night, he was like, oh, it's so good. And you inhaled wrong or something.
Oh,
or
I got this hot pepper, yeah.
Got a hot pepper, and he could not come off of the hot pepper in his sinus cavities and everything, because it's a very spicy gumbo. But I did have the crab cakes, and then I always tell the waiters and waitresses, I'm like, I'm going to make it weird. And they're like, okay, sure. Because the crab cake was technically an appetizer.
All I was doing is showing y'all that we're not having issues here. Everything's working fine on our end, even on my phone where I'm watching this from here. So I'm so sorry, friends.
So I order it with a I order it then with a baked potato, which is not a thing that's on the baked potatoes on the menu as a side, but I order the appetizer as my meal, and confuse everyone. And Lester's always like, she always makes it weird. I'm so sorry, man. And like feels really bad that what's wrong with you?
I was having fun with people with
it looks like you have 6s.
I know. So I have to tell a story.
No,
there's a story that I have to tell.
I was afraid that you were going to tell the story, which is why I'm rambling about the weirdness of
that's
my
what
food.
I was I'm like, why is she talking so much tonight? Normally you just kind of like don't talk as much.
I don't want you to tell.
And tonight you're just really going.
I just don't want you to tell this story.
Lisa Calvert Slate, but don't back it up yet. You got to hear this story, Lisa Calvert.
Why do we have to tell it?
So, guys, you have to hear this. This is the dumbest thing.
You can all go get refill your waters or use the restroom. You could restart your device at this moment.
No, you don't.
Totally fine.
You don't want to miss this.
You do.
So, all right, this is ridiculously dumb. Okay, but it's not really anyone's fault. Yet it is. Babe, take that light, and I said if we would always put it here, this is always the best place for it, always. All right, you ready?
Sure.
Guys, last night it's dark, and we're driving to the casino, but we knew we were going to camp out. So Jamie says, we have nothing in our fridge. Let's stop at the store and we'll get some stuff in case, we can get some iced coffee for in the morning, since we don't have a coffee maker yet. We can get some bottles of water, if you wake up and need a drink of water, whatever, and a few snacks. I'm like, that's great. So we pull into the store, a convenience store, nice big parking lot. And I'm just going to sit in the RV and wait until Jamie comes back out. I'm in the RV. I'm waiting for Jamie. Everything's fine. She comes back out with her little bag of goodies. She comes in, closes the door, puts everything where it goes. I wait patiently until she comes up and sits down beside me in the passenger seat, because I'm driving this time. It's night, it's dark, and we head on off. We're on the highway. We're on the highway. This is Highway 190. It is a Texas highway. And I says, Jamie, I feel like it's very humid in here. And I did. I felt like the RV's AC was not working right.
And I'm like, I feel fine.
She goes, no, she touched the vent. She goes, no, it all feels fine to me. And I said, it just feels so humid, because I honestly felt humidity in the air, like the AC was trying to work, but it could not clear the air of the humidity. And so we drive, I think, 7 miles until we had to put on the blinker and turn off into the reservation. And when I put on my blinker, we have this 14-inch screen that the camera will show you your blind spots. It's really awesome. It makes it to where you can never, if you use your cameras correctly, you can never hit anybody. So I put on my blinker and I look into my computer and I see, what? I thought that the slide was open. I'm like, Jamie, I got so mad. I'm like, why is the slide open?
Except for
And
this.
she looks over where the slides, and she goes, it's not open. And I look this way, and it's dark in the back of the RV. You can't see because it's dark back there. Guys, I look back in that camera screen, and I realize it's the door. The door is wide ass open. The door in the RV, she never closed it. It's wide ass open. She got in. She walked to the fridge, put everything inside, and walked and sat down and never closed the door.
The worst part was there literally was flashing lights from an ambulance coming up behind us as we were turning. They were getting ready to pass us. And we never realized that they were flashing like inside as well as outside, and that the sirens were loud.
Listen, all I can say is I'm glad there's no kids back there. And I wouldn't be surprised if Stephanie and Buddy never allow Connor to go anywhere with us. God,
No.
could you imagine?
So then he slows down because he's going to turn at our turn. And I'm like holding on to the door and pulling it shut in mid-turn. We're fine. It's going to be fine. No one died. It's okay. Totally okay.
Lord.
Small, minor
I just
detail.
don't know how much stuff blew out along the way.
Nothing blew out.
Yeah, someone says, thank God you had no dogs with you. Yes, Miss Annette. What if we had dogs? They'd be like, God.
That's why you do maiden voyages and test things out. Turns out it doesn't have a door dinger notification.
Nope, there's
like a car.
There's nothing to tell you there's an open door. But I knew I felt some humidity. I'm like, man, it just feels like it's getting humid in here.
The
like,
funnier
it's like
thing is
so
whenever
humid.
he said that, he goes, did you hear that? And I was like, hear what? He goes, never mind.
Yeah, I thought I could hear.
driving.
I thought I could hear a weird noise, and I'm thinking, I hear this weird noise, which ended up being the road noise, obviously. And I felt this humidity. I'm thinking something's wrong with the AC. And I'm thinking, this is great. Something's already going wrong with this brand new, well, this new to us RV. And I'm like, no wonder these old people traded this sucker in. Something's wrong with the AC on it. And if lo and behold, the door wasn't wide ass open. We drove for 7 miles with an open door to the RV, wide open. God, Jamie, I'm so happy we're fine.
You know about those little window alarms? Like if you open your window, it makes the siren noise just from a tiny little battery because the magnet's not connected.
We need
we probably
something.
think about something like that.
Or put one of those old-timey springs. In the old days, you could connect the spring and you could push it open and it's going to slam right back. You know, like on your old screen doors.
Yeah.
If y'all ever had a screen door, you had those little
This
springs
is so
on
funny.
there.
They're making fun of me like Lester leaves gates open and Jamie leaves doors open.
Hold on. I don't leave gates open, Jamie. If you're asking about what happened last night, I never left the gate open. Them Longhorn got over there messing around, playing with stuff, and somehow opened it.
God
But-
bless America.
It's something, y'all. I'll tell you what. And in saying so, if we can go ahead and get off of the casino trip and the camping trip, is there anything else about the camping trip that you want to talk about? Tell everybody, please, that the twin beds were not that bad after all.
They were amazing.
Guys, and without getting into any specific details, because I'm not the kind of guy to share intimate details, the twin beds, especially because we have that little half walkway, that DMZ between them, don't worry about anything. Everything, we got a system that works fine.
He held my hand.
Yes. So everything is fine with the twin beds, okay? There. So we had a great camping trip. We woke up earlier than anybody else. We got there later and we woke up earlier. I don't know what's wrong with us.
World.
Well, I think our bodies are conditioned to waking up at 6 o'clock.
Yeah.
And 6 o'clock, we're both wide awake.
Yeah.
I'm like, wait, didn't we go to bed like after midnight?
Yeah.
And she goes, yeah. I'm like, well,
I'm up.
let's go home and feed some animals. Then let's start over. Here we go again. Diana goes, that's way too much information, Lester. Now, I didn't actually say anything. You have a naughty imagination is what you got, sweet lady. All I did was kind of told you the layout of the bedroom, and you did the rest. Dirty Diana. You know the song? Anyways, so yes. So once we got back home, everything was fine. Jamie started doing her chores here. I go over to do the chores at the other property.
Hold on a second. Demon Homestead is here?
Oh, I hope they don't know about what happened. We can never tell them. They will never let us see Connor again. They will never let Connor
Don't let him come over here. He just won't be able to ride in the RV ever.
Connor's going to be, I have to stay here till y'all get home. Connor's going to have to stay home.
I thought somebody said laugh out loud at the Demon Homestead. I don't know. I missed it then. It's probably best. It's fine.
I just, yeah, if oh boy. Well, here's the thing. There'll be someone going to go tattle on us. There's somebody probably already texting and emailing Buddy and Stephanie.
Don't let Connor or Laura go with Jamie
not
ever.
Let Connor and Laura go over with Lester no more. He doesn't know what he's doing. He's going to get somebody hurt. But so now what happened was I got back to the property here, to the JL Ranch. And if lo and behold, the gate, the back gate where the Longhorn belong is not wide open, just wide open. Now, there was no cows up front. And I'm like, oh, no, where are they at? So I can see them off in the distance. So I'm like, okay, that's weird.
The Demons just said our kids are smart enough to shut the doors. Thanks. Thanks, okay? I was here and now I'm right here.
Do you know that there was one particular person screaming at you for getting an RV because they says, why don't you just borrow Stephanie and Buddy's? They'll let you use theirs. And I'm thinking, hold on, we love Steph and Buddy, and I know they love us. But no matter how much you love somebody in this family or any family, people don't just loan out their RVs, y'all.
No, that's
people don't just loan out their RVs or their motor homes or their trucks or nothing else.
I wouldn't feel comfortable doing that though.
No,
either. Like
heck no, you don't loan out stuff, guys, because some things when you work hard for them, and Buddy and Steph work their tails off, you don't just loan out your RV for someone to drive to Illinois once a month.
No, that adds wear and tear and all kinds of stuff.
I don't know what kind of family you come from, but this family, we love each other. I think we love each other pretty much, but we ain't sharing our possessions like that. All right. Anywho, so we get over there and I saw the gate was open. And I'm thinking, that's the back gate. That gate should never be open. There's not a reason to, you know. But I go and I check, and all the cows are fine. All the cows are there. Tex, Chucky Poo, they're all there. And but I do go back up and I get to my hard drive and I pull up all my cameras. And man, those cows had themselves a slumber party. They, at some point in the night, around 1:48 or so, I could see a lot of movement around that gate area. Now it's dark, so the cameras are mostly to keep a check on our tractor and our RV area, side by side lawnmower. It doesn't really go all the way across into the pastures. So I couldn't tell who or what, but somebody opened that gate, one of the cows, and they all came out and they had themselves a fiesta. They didn't just come out and go back in. They come out and made beds. They come out and then explored around the RV. They knocked over my Starlink. They
did.
They went through all of the packages on the table. They knocked over and tore into the nade
Your
nibblers.
mannequins didn't scare them off.
The nade nibblers. They took care of the nade nibblers, and then they opened the bag of nade nibblers. And then if the raccoons don't come and start eating at them behind the cows, Chucky Poo walks away, and then the raccoons all run over there. It was so stupid.
No way.
And I'm watching this on my cameras the day after. But of all of that, oh yeah, they poo everywhere. They just poo everywhere, Jamie. Just poo everywhere. Like they don't care. But in all of that, the funniest thing, and no one's going to believe this. No one's going to believe this. But I have it on surveillance camera with a timestamp. Straight up 6:30. Which is when my alarm goes off most mornings. Well, that's the first alarm. I never get up at that time. But when my alarm goes off at 6:30, I guess the cows must know, because straight up 6:30, they all stand up and they all single file line and they walk right back inside that pasture on their own. And I'm like just sitting there shaking my head saying, this is not normal. This is not normal.
They knew, like, act like it didn't happen.
Yeah.
Dad'll never know. I felt that way in high school too. When I threw a party, like, Dad'll never know. I'll never know. Meanwhile, there were bottle caps in between the couch cushions.
Hey, baby, hold on. Miss Lori, she goes, would you please make a video about that? Sweet lady, I've already made that video. It's already out. It played today, okay? You have to watch the channel, sweet lady. That video's already out. The cows getting out, the cows doing all the things. Chucky Poo looking at the camera. You know, he walked to the camera and he looks right at it. And he's looking at his horns and he's looking at himself at all. He's looking at himself like in a mirror.
That's funny.
It's not really.
Maybe the raccoons did it.
The raccoons did what? Open the gate for the cows?
They have thumbs.
Oh.
If that starts happening, that would be amazing to capture.
Okay.
I don't know how you would have to put a camera like closer to that.
Well, so there are 3 channels that Jamie and I operate. From Suits to Boots, which is probably the one Miss Lori watches the most, and that's fine. I'm a Survivor Sanctuary, which is another one that we run, and then Longhorn Lester's. And so I can't tell you for sure what video is going to be where, but both of those videos about the camping overnight and the RV, along with the casino trip, and then the cow escape, was both of those played today, along with another video that Jamie and I have never been a part of until today. Scary, very, very scary situation happened while Lex and I were at the mall. You guys know that Lex had to go back to his mom's this week because he has a football, soccer, and basketball camp. His school puts on these camps. They're a week-long camp, staggered throughout the day. So my boy's going to be busy. And so while he had to have a pair of cleats, his cleats that he has here that he works out in are too small and he hurt his feet. And so I knew that he had to have cleats at some point, but he doesn't wear them very long over here at all. So we went today to get his cleats, and we're in the mall when all of a sudden these alarms start going off, and all of the employees, the store that we were in was Foot Locker, and all of the employees start rushing people out saying, you have to leave the mall, everyone out of the mall, out of the mall, everyone out of the mall. And people are, they're out of the mall. They're like moving people. They're like moving you. And then you look out into the food court and people are getting off their tables and they're running and they're leaving their food and they're up and they're grabbing their kids. And the people who have the little wagons with their kids are all running. And it was a really scary moment. And so, you know, I made sure I said, Lex, let's go. He goes, but wait, I'm like, no, let's go right now. I didn't know what was going on. No one knew. What I did know is I did not hear. I mean, I'm pretty observant, but you are in a noisy mall.
Yeah.
And the store we were at is right across from the food court. And the food court's always a lot louder than normal, or louder than other parts of the mall. And so we get Lex and we start walking out. And when I felt like it was safe enough, I got my camera just to document what we were seeing, what we were doing, what we were experiencing. And talking about not sure what's happening. In my mind, I felt like it probably was either active shooter or bomb threat, because those things do happen. You see them on TV all the time. Active shooter at schools, at Walmart, different places. Scary, scary stuff. But I just told Lex, I says, keep walking, stay with me, So we walked together, and I'm very proud of the Texans who were shopping that day, because unlike a lot of other places, there was no disorder. All of these folks did what they were told. They all single file walked out those stores. No one was pushing, no one was shoving, and everyone simply got in line and they did what they were told. And in that, I'm so very proud of being a Texan and just being, kind and loving to each other, taking care of each other, because people were helping people with small children and the older folks. And everybody was doing their part to make sure that everyone got out of that store safely. But as you're leaving out, police are rolling in like crazy, cop cars, and you hear the sirens and the burp, 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 the weird alarm going off across the mall. Just so darn scary. And, of course, I'm trying to make sure that Lex stays with me. We don't want to get lost. And I'm like, let's go ahead and go out this door we came in. And it's also not going to be as crowded. So some of those main doors, you could just see people were just like lined up like cattle trying to get through them. And I thought, so we came in another smaller door. Let's go ahead and avoid the big crowds, because I thought to myself that if there was something bad going on, they might be more drawn to big crowds than a few people here and there. So we kind of made like a little exit from the main group and went out a different door. But got back to the truck. And then, of course, we messaged Jamie, and she told us right away that the only thing that she saw at that time was reports of active shooter. Mm-hmm. But so Jamie was my source of information. And then she began to send me pictures that people were posting online of police at all the doors with long rifles.
Yeah.
And I'm like, heck, that's serious. When they pull out the long guns. When police go in somewhere with their pistols drawn, that's one thing. But when they start staging with long rifles, that's when when they pull out they all have the long guns in their trunk of their cars. They don't usually pull the long guns out unless they expect a firefight. You know that, right? Yeah. And when I saw pictures of the police with the long guns, I'm thinking, did I miss something? Did I not hear something? But we were in the truck, and I felt we were pretty safe. I'm not. We Jamie and I both carry, so we felt a lot safer that we were back where we could at least protect our family if we had to. But I began to find out later different reports and different things. So I do think it was more of a bomb scare. Yeah. Than it was anything else.
The only thing when Lester called me, like, it was real people just posting about it, asking questions because they were part of the evacuation, on social media. So there was nothing official. And I said, the only thing that, the closest thing I can see is that someone that works there said it was an active shooter. So it could have been either, or it could have been both. And at that moment, whenever you made it, then, that's what I said.
Let me read you the official report that we got. On July the 27th, 2025, Deerbrook Mall in Humble, Texas was evacuated due to reports of a possible shooting and a bomb threat. According to multiple sources, a male suspect allegedly shouted out that he had a bomb planted at the Barnes & Noble, which is connected to the mall, before entering the main mall area, prompting a swift response from the Humble Police Department and Texas Department of Public Safety. Witnesses reported a heavy police presence with officers carrying rifles at all exits and searching for a Hispanic male who was wearing a white belt. Despite initial fears of an active shooter and gunfire, police investigators found no evidence of shots fired or explosives. The evacuation was carried out as a precaution, and K-9 units were deployed to search the mall. Anyway, it was scary just to be a part of that. And then so I uploaded a little video that I had made, and I talked about a little bit, and how shocking that so many people, and it's so sad too, that so many people have also been a part of evacuations and bomb scares and active shooters and active people knifing each other in Walmart and other places. And isn't that crazy, the world that we live in, that it's like that? It's just crazy, because I would say towards the end of my teaching career, we had to start doing these lockdown drills. For if they ever said Mr. White is in the building, teachers, Mr. White's in the building, that was the code to lock your doors and don't let anybody in. Close yourself.
That gives me goosebumps to think about, because the only drills that we did in school were
tornado
and
fire drills. Yeah. But surprisingly, Lex says they do several drills a year like that. I'm like, I guess in this day and age, you would. It's
scary.
It is scary, but what a crazy world we live in.
But I'm glad that you're okay and that everyone involved was okay as well, because that's a big deal. And terrifying, especially in the situation that you were in, to not know but I'm so happy that you keep calm. Lester has this thing about him that is always thinking of what if scenarios.
Always.
And has coached the boys on the what if and what would you do if, and what, those situations, especially when we're going to take them into big spaces. So you all went to a water park one time. I heard you giving the what ifs there. When we went to San Diego, and we were talking about going in the airport and on the plane, and then afterwards, and anytime we're in any parking lot, Danger Dan here is on deck.
Well, I
don't mean to take that light. I wasn't trying to insert a joke.
No, I know.
It's very sincere and appreciative of what he does as far as the what ifs. And it played out today very well, because you were calm and Lex wasn't freaking out, running around screaming either. Yeah.
No, we've always done what if scenarios. What if this happens? What if that happens? What would you do if this happens? And so, no, because you never know. And it's better if you've at least had a chance to kind of think about the scenario. I don't think you could ever be prepared for what would happen if I really had heard gunshots, or if they really had made us duck inside the closet at the Foot Locker or something. You never know what you would have gone through. Yeah. But no, Lex stayed calm, and I think I stayed fairly calm.
He was just upset that he didn't get his shoes.
He was worried about not getting his shoes. I will say, though, that his mom promised that she would take him to get shoes that same day. So he'll have his shoes hopefully by tomorrow when he starts his practice. So I'm just happy that he got a couple of really good workouts in this last couple of weeks, knowing how they're going to really work those kids this week.
Are you also happy that you get a week off of no workouts?
Well, I have to work on fence over at Jake's.
That's
so
a different
I'm sure I'll still get my sweat in.
That's a farm workout.
Yeah, it'll be easier on my knees. I will say that. Working at Jake's is hot and sweaty, but it's not as grueling to the knees. Grueling? Is that the word? Grueling. I think it's grueling.
Is grueling a word?
Grueling. I think that's it. I think that is a word, y'all. Grueling demands. Like, this is such grueling demands. I think.
I turned off all the internet on everything in this house, so I can't look.
Hey, Judith. Bye, Felicia.
I don't think she's talking to you.
Who's she talking to?
I think she's talking to someone else.
You sure?
Yeah. Because I saw other things.
Oh, people being mean again. Can't y'all just find the Jesus in your heart? Can't y'all find Jesus in your heart?
Grueling is a word.
Grueling is a word.
You were right. I didn't know. If we were playing Scrabble, I would have questioned that one. I would have had to Google.
She would have had to go on to the dictionary.
I found our Scrabble game out in the shop today when I was doing some cleaning, and I got really excited. I was like, I feel like this should go in the RV. I feel like Scrabble would be fun in the
motorhome.
Yeah. Is that?
I don't think we have a board big enough. I don't know how big that middle table is. We got to hook that up at some point and figure it out.
Well, what I was thinking is, the RV at the JL has that outdoor table that like rolls up and fits into a tiny little box. Because I still think we're going to need 2 lawn chairs and a tiny table to sit outside.
So I put the lawn chairs already into the back of the RV.
Did?
Yeah, there's already 2 lawn chairs back there.
So they make little like RV card tables, except for the top rolls up instead of having one big long thing.
Yeah.
And I thought we had one at the JL
Huh.
North, but
I don't know.
I don't know. I just thought I feel like Scrabble would be a fun game to take with us in the RV.
Yeah, because you and I are both pretty good at Scrabble, and it's always a pretty good competition.
It's a very good competition.
As long as I can stop making you use that dumb Chinese word, chi.
XI, yeah.
Chi, XI. That is, I says, no. The rules are you only can use words that you actually use in your real day-to-day vocabulary.
And
Well, I do say chai. I'm like, no, you don't.
I literally told
no,
him, like,
you don't. You
she
don't
says
use
yes.
yar. Yeah. If you know, I know her vocabulary. So listen, I don't mind if she puts like F you, because that's what we don't care.
Whatever.
We're not picky about words as long as they're words that actually come out of her mouth. Huh? Yeah, that's fine.
So,
but they don't have to be like Webster Dictionary. They have to be words that she actually uses.
I don't say F-U. I say F-U-C-K, but I don't say F-U.
No, I know that's what I meant without me actually saying it, Jamie. I didn't want to actually say it.
Charlene says XI is a perfectly acceptable Scrabble word. I know, because I used to play on Words with Friends. QI is as well, just in case you wanted to know.
But like I said,
Lester's like, don't you use
we
words that
don't.
you don't know
I've
what they
never
mean?
heard you say anything about QI or XI in your vocabulary.
So hurry up! And he's like, how does that sound? I'm like, chi. He goes, both of them. I'm like, sure. We can say they both say chi. And he's like, use it in a sentence. I'm like, chi said yes. He's like, you don't get to keep it.
And she gets mad when I say funner and gooder. I'm like, you know what? If you use them in your everyday vocabulary, they're fine. Funner and gooder all goes together. Funner and gooder.
But no, we have a good time. We haven't played in a while. That's like a winter thing that happens around here. Whenever we're inside more,
yeah,
we find ourselves playing different games.
Believe it or not, the best Scrabble player amongst any Morrow is LE. LE is amazing at Scrabble. He dominates. He don't just win. He dominates.
Yeah.
It's because he goes with those double and quadruple and those word scores.
But he can make words that cross another word and then line up to the next word, so you get points this way and this way.
Yeah.
It's really unfortunate and not like it's not fair. And it's really hard to play on his board because he's always like lining things up that way. Like his mind can see different ways.
Yeah.
It makes me nuts, actually.
He's
I'd
brilliant.
rather play with Lester.
I'm just up and down or side to side. That's all I got in me, y'all.
Nah.
Real easy. So, no, like I said, in a very eventful weekend, friends, there's something I want to share with you all before y'all leave. We have a really nice audience, and I want to, number one, say thank you to the sweet lady who we just absolutely love and who's done so much for this channel with her art, her craft. And I think that you all will find it to be just as touching as what Jamie and I have found it to be. Even the creator of this, who wrote the poem and was able to get it into song, said she just bawled her eyes out for all of the weeks that she worked on this. Just had cry after cry after cry.
I ugly cried.
Yeah, well, Jamie actually came in and I had the bedroom door closed. And I was in there crying.
That's a true story.
And she said, "What, babe?" And I'm like, all right, I don't know what I said. But when I walked out, I had stopped myself from ugly crying. And I was going to share the video with her. And I just couldn't hold it in. I couldn't even get it out.
Before you do that, I want to show another gift that came in that is related to this. It's not from the same person, but it is.
Okay.
Relevant.
So we're going to share that with y'all in just 1 second. Hi, Susie Q. But before we do, Jamie wants to share one other gift that she received that's related. Not from the same creator as far as the art, but another gift that she received. And we'll hold that up here while we play this. Does that have a name on it? Who sent that? That's beautiful.
No.
And listen to me. It looks just freaking like him.
Every single, even his eyeliner is on.
And his
like
crystal eyes, like his glass eyes.
Every bit of it is Voodoo. And it's just so dang beautiful. Now this, I will say, this horse has a much more majestic tail than Voodoo ever had. But how beautiful and handsome is this? Even that spot on his mouth, that was just so him. So beautiful.
Absolutely.
And so thoughtful, and it's on the mantle.
Y'all
I'll say
watch
that.
y'all watch this video.
He came from where the bayou breathes, a magic cold born under cypress trees. The stars had marked him fair and just, and painted him in ember dust. His path would not be rooted there, not in the thick and southern air. His hooves would tread a nearby land, where Texas skies stretch wide and grand. The name he bears was chosen well, and echoes in the tale we tell. A gift to us from a mystic chief, for 20 years a light too brief. One day he would be called back home, where spirit horses freely roam. But while he stayed, he lit the skies and told his truth through crystal eyes. With crystal eyes and a fearless heart, a voodoo spell from the start. For every soul that met his gaze, those eyes could set the world ablaze. He bore the mark of something more, a soul that passed through ancient doors, not bound by reins, not born to yield, now immortal on a starlit field. And now he has been called back home, where those before him freely roam. But while he stayed, he lit the skies and told his truth through crystal eyes. With crystal eyes and a noble heart, a voodoo spell from the start. For every soul that met his gaze, those eyes have set the world ablaze.
I love you.
That is a just a beautiful piece of work right there, and we are just so gosh darn blessed to have had so long, so many wonderful years with Vu, and then for sweet lady who takes the time to take our videos and she creates these beautiful songs, and then she has them with the AI, has them sung, and just beautiful, beautiful work. So I hope you enjoyed the emotions that came with that. I know Chrissy says I'm speechless, and there's not a lot you can say. My curiosity is, is there a particular scene that gets you? I heard Jamie break, I would say probably 3 times during that. The time that I broke, I break twice. One time is powerful, where the day that we had the vet come out and put him down, And we did the handprint, which was, just kind of really symbolic of the Native American, you know what I'm trying to say, like all of that stuff. And him being a medicine hat paint, which was a very powerful horse that only belonged to the ranking members of a Native American tribesmen. And so they would do the handprint and send the horses off to the afterlife whenever their chief or their shaman would pass. So that was kind of powerful to me. But also when I'm waving at those goddamn Indians across the river, I don't know why, but that part makes me cry laugh, Jamie. I cry laugh. So you want to talk about any of yours?
I just miss him. I just miss him. Like it's wild to think about how heartbroken I was when Dixie left, but the Voodoo piece is very fresh still, and his presence is so missed. And every bit of that just makes me cry every time I see a picture of him, every time that I say his name. I'm not over it. Not over it.
Yep. But that's the thing that you learn when you work with animals, and then you work with so many of them, is that you do lose them. And there's no particular order, guys. If you love them as long as you can, but there's not a person on this channel who's watching this right now who hasn't had to at some point said goodbye to those pets that you just love, like you love your own family members, like you love your own children, like you love your partner. Saying goodbye to some of them is just so darn hard. And it was tough seeing Voodoo decline that last year. And, the same as it was for Dixie. Dixie and Jamie had a whole lot closer bond than I did with Dixie. But Voodoo and I had a lot of really fun experiences, and some that were not always so fun. But Sweet Megan didn't include some of those moments of me on the ground. Thank you. Thank you, Sweet Megan, for not including those parts in all of that.
Those go to a different video.
Those belong to a different video, absolutely. So hope you guys enjoyed that. And we certainly appreciate this sweet lady for doing that for us. And she doesn't ask anything, and instead she insists. She wants nothing in return, nothing. But it's something that she has a passion for and that she enjoys doing. So, anywho, all right. Well, Jamie, is there anything else that you got for everybody? If not, we'll go ahead and wrap this up.
Excited for y'all to see tomorrow's video and for everything that's ahead this week. We got a busy week coming up.
I hate to stop you. Someone just said that they are looking for, is there a registry or something for Kendra?
Oh, that's on my personal Facebook. I shared that.
So that's on Jamie's personal Facebook.
I didn't mean to. Dang it.
You didn't.
I didn't know it was public.
So here's the thing. So we try not to use our business pages for personal stuff. Now, we can absolutely, anything that has to do with Jamie's life, guys. She runs a vlog channel. Yeah. The same way as Longhorn Lester's is a vlog channel.
I just didn't want anybody to think that I was asking for anything. The baby shower is what I post. The event is for anyway. I didn't mean it. By all means, you can look at it. It's there, obviously, but it wasn't posted to be like, here, please send Kendra gifts.
Yeah. So guys, what we're trying to say is, we have learned a long time ago. I think that I've made this same little speech like probably 1,000 times, that we don't ask for anything, but at the same time, we're not going to deny you a blessing. And for those folks who insist to do something to pay your blessing forward, we're not going to deny you that blessing. So we make it available, memberships or little things for a couple of dollars here or there, but we don't ask for money if we can help it. We've only asked a couple of times for our fundraisers when we had a veterinarian cost that we couldn't cover ourselves. But for the most part, we're not going to try to nickel and dime you guys to help us with this and that. All I can say, and I speak for both of us, and Jamie has said the same thing, we make sure that our money is allotted to the animals first and foremost, always. Always, always, always. There's none of our animals going without so that we can have more. Never. So Anything else you want to say about any of that stuff?
No.
So, and then if I could talk about one thing that you mentioned yesterday, thumbnails of a video say a lot.
Yeah.
And so, and Jamie was right yesterday when she was talking about the motorhome. She reminded folks that your thumbnail and your title can really tell you a lot about what your video is going to be about. So if you do see a thumbnail of animals, then you can pretty much be guaranteed that your video is going to be about an animal. So if you're only here for an animal video, and many people are, then you should just skip the ones that may show the motorhome or may show an antique store or whatever we may be doing on that particular day.
Yeah.
Because not every day, not every single video is only about an animal. So we just want to remind you guys that you can always say no.
Yeah,
you can always say no. You can always have a choice of saying no and choosing to watch something else if you don't like the content. Same way as when you go watch your TV shows at night. You pick and choose, right? You pick and choose what you watch.
Miss Tracy, that was crazy.
What happened?
She said she sent some money. She said for the motorhome.
Oh, Tracy, we're gonna sport that thing out. Are you going to ask people about like a name choice? Are you going to put a poll up?
I think I'll put a poll up. I have a few that I want to narrow it down to. I'll read some comments tonight, and I'll put a poll up maybe tomorrow.
Okay, that'll be fun, guys. When she puts those polls up, everyone has a chance to talk about what your preference would be as far as naming that darn van. That'll be a lot of fun. And then I was really proud of Jamie because that's in tomorrow's video. Sorry, I can't talk about it. All right, we're going to end it, guys. We're going to end it. We want to say thank you so very much for watching, for loving and accepting us, and for putting up with us during the good, the bad, and the ugly. And we are all survivors of something. I see some ladies over here asking for prayers for her. I think her dad or maybe her husband.
I guess her dad, yeah.
Well, ma'am, I hope that all works out well, and we will absolutely remember all of you. And remember that even though we may not see the actual prayer request, I can promise you that the good Lord does. So thank you all so very much. We love you, and we'll see you guys on tomorrow's video. Coffee Club with me in the morning at 7 o'clock.
Good night, y'all.
Night,
we love
guys.
you so very much.
Down in Texas where the sun runs high, there's a place where hearts and spirits fly. I'm a survivor stands for all who've been through. A second chance, a promise, pure and true. They take the broken, the battered, the lost, love without measure, no counting the cost. Every hoof and paw gets the life it deserves, a pasture of hope where kindness curves. We're all survivors of something you see, bound by the winds of destiny. Together we heal, together we thrive, and I'm a survivor. We're keeping dreams alive. The rooster crows at the break of dawn. Life rolls on, the pain is gone. Each animal here gets its own sweet song. A family where all the broken belong. Stretching fences and wide open skies, where love's the language that never lies. Each soul that walks through those gates of grace pain is gone.